Morning, everyone. It is 9:30 on Wednesday, the 24th of October, 2018. I hope everybody is keeping well. This is our weekly Facebook Live where we answer your questions live on Facebook. We also put it up on Lemur on our own, the Lemur app. We also put it up on our own YouTube page and our own podcasting page, so you can get to listen to it in loads of different places all over the place. So I hope everybody's having a good week. It's kind of dull here in Drogheda. The autumn, winter is definitely setting in, but it is what it is. I'm going with my Guinness mug today, so there's a free plug for Guinness. Apparently, according to this, it is a lovely day for a Guinness. So there you go. When is that ever not true? So today we're going to be answering a few questions from listeners. We've no kids' questions this week. We said we'd give the kids' questions a little break for a week or two and get back into those. But we're getting good feedback from them as well because people seem to enjoy them and find them kind of amusing. It is amazing some of the questions kids will fire in. There are some that I don't even know where to start to answer. So, but we'll see how the next few weeks go in terms of bringing back the kids' questions. So we're going to plough straight into it today. I quit work while my children were young, as I wanted to be there for them in the early years. I was really lucky to be in a position to do that financially. They've now gotten older, where they need me less, and I'm starting to get an itch to get back doing something else. I was working in finance, but I don't think I want to do that. My problem is, what do I do? I've no idea where to even start thinking about what I might like to do. Have you any suggestions? And, I suppose this might resonate with a lot of people because a lot of parents now do try and take those early years off if they can financially. And for those that are lucky enough to be able to do that, it's nice to be able to spend all that time with your kids and to really kind of see them grow and have a major impact on their lives. For those that don't, your kids are going to be okay as well, although it is upsetting and frustrating sometimes. But I think for this lady, she has worked in finance and doesn't want to go back. So that's okay. And for a lot of people, they can start to question whether or not they are employable in something else and have they got the time, the money, the energy to dedicate to start to study something else, to start to really think about, do I want to completely change the field of work that I've been in for so long? And I think it's one of those things where we need to take that step back and look at what are we going to be interested in? Because I suppose, luckily enough, gone are the days for a lot of people where you get one job and you stay in that job forever. So that's a really encouraging thing that, even if you hate going to work, a lot of the time it used to be, it's a good pensionable job. So, stay in it. Don't let it don't let other things distract you from just getting your pensionable job, get to pension age. Doesn't matter if you like it or not. Just keep doing it. Thankfully now people are starting to realise that they have more options out there, that there is more flexibility and that there's more availability for courses or ways to promote a business idea that you might have. So the one thing I would always say, and I suppose with a lot of the parenting work I do a lot of life coaching as well for people. And this is one of the things, the areas where people really are interested in getting more involved in looking at, well, what is it I actually enjoy? So the first thing I would always say to people is, well, look at what you're interested in. What are the things that you actually enjoy doing? Now, a lot of people might say, well, I really enjoy watching the soaps. And that's okay. Could you turn that into something? Do you want to start a little blog reviewing soaps? Do you want to get into acting and start trying to get into soaps? It's not about, trying to turn all your passions into money. But if you want to do something and build up experience in something, well, why not? We've never before had an opportunity to start to get what we think and what we feel and to get feedback from other people than ever before. The internet has literally changed things. It changed how we live, changed how we work, changed how we can create opportunities for ourselves. So if there is something that you're really interested in, can you explore it as an opportunity to maybe earn some money? Now, if it's not, maybe you're kind of going, yeah, I like the soaps, but I don't want to write about the soaps because I have no interest in writing, and I don't think people are interested in. There is podcasts, there is videos, or you might just leave the soaps well alone and say, well, what I actually want to do is go into psychology, into counselling, into youth work, whatever it might be. Well, then look at the path um, of of employment that you need to go through. So you're probably going to have to study. You're probably going to have to go and look at where are the job opportunities in your area if you're not going to be leaving your area, and start to explore what it is that you think might interest you, and do some tasters. I would always suggest people do tasters because you just never know. You might think you like something and you go and try it, and you commit to a 4-year degree course part time because you've got your kids and your family to look after as well. And 4 months in, you're going, this is just not what I expected it to be. It's not what I'm interested in. And I've committed financially, I've committed emotionally, and I've committed time to this. And all of a sudden, I don't want to do this. So start to do tasters. There are tons of little tasters out there, and it doesn't matter about the quality of certification. It can be just a case of exploring what it is that you want to do. So do a Psychology 101 course that is over a couple of weeks, or a 3-month course in mental health or caring or whatever it might be. Do something like that. They're not that expensive. You can, and that's you actually starting on the road towards it, and explore what you might want to do. But what I'd say the first thing to do is take some time for yourself. Take yourself away from the family, take yourself away from your friends, and go grab a coffee, whatever it might be, and sit down and just mind map. Just mind map what you think you might be interested in, and write down all the things that you like to do, all the things that might fascinate you. People might say that, I really love books. Well, do you want to review books? Do you want to write books? Do you want to edit books? Explore all possibilities and see where it might lead you, and then start to hone it down and break things down and start to look at the practicality of it. Because you may turn around and go, I want to be an astronaut, and then you sit down and go, okay, well, it's probably going to cost quite a few million to study. It's going to take me anywhere between 10 and 15 years to get to the level where I may be applicable to be an astronaut. I've got bills to pay. There's a good chance my partner's going to leave me. The kids are probably looking at me as if I'm crazy. It's not worth it. It's not actually worth it. So what you do is you just go, right, that's one option I explored, but it's just not practical and it's not something that's realistic, so I'm going to leave it. And you move on to the next one and just break things down. It's just an exercise, and at least what you're doing is you're clearing the stuff out of your head, because what can happen is when we don't write things down, it's all up here. And what else is up there is, the dinners for the family, the washing, the cleaning, the bills, all the stuff is stuck up in your head, and it all gets jumbled together and you can't see the wood for the trees. So it's important to break it down and look at what is it that I'm actually interested in. What is it that might actually fill my heart? Because you have an opportunity. You're lucky in that you financially we're in a position to stay out of work, and you're not, by the sounds of it, being forced back into the labour market because you need money. You're just doing it because you're interested in getting back into it. So, and it's important that you do have your own fulfillment, and that your kids see you as not just mum, that they see you as someone who contributes to society, because, as we always say, our kids learn more from what they see than what they hear. So we can tell them to explore their options, eat healthily, look after themselves, exercise, spend time with friends, and they're seeing us doing the complete opposite. There's a disconnect there. So it's really important that we do try and show them that it's okay to explore things that you might be interested in. So, best luck with it. If you are struggling with it, give me a shout. We can maybe do 1 or 2 sessions where we can, explore your options, and you can do it with somebody else where you're getting feedback and it's not somebody who's emotionally invested. That's one of the great things about life coaching, is when somebody comes along, a lot of people say it's great to be able to talk about it without people going, but you've got kids, but you can't do that. This is what you do, and they have these expectations. Or are you crazy? You can't do that. With coaching, we explore all options and we see, might this work? And we're realistic about it. But it's not any commitment. You're not committing to actually having to do it. You're just committing to the exploration, which is a lot of pressure off you. And then you're going back into the family, to the people that, your friends, the people that love you, and kind of saying, this is what I'm thinking of doing. And I've explored the reasons, the pros, the cons, everything, and I'm going to give it a go. So it can be actually worth it. So give it a go and see how you get on. Okay. If only this was a Guinness. I know it's pretty early, but Next one. My 15-year-old son wants to get a tattoo. I have nothing against tattoos and have a few myself, but I've read that children under 18 by law can't get a tattoo. I'm also slow to let him do it, as he's still growing, and I don't know how that might impact on his tattoo and also on him. What do you think I should do? So now, I am open to correction, and I probably should have checked with my good friend Dúlta Keller in Dark Valley Tattoo and Drogheda around the legal standings, but my understanding is it is actually illegal for anyone under 18 to get a tattoo, even with parental permission. It's to do with child protection and stuff like that. So, but do check it out. Do check it out. Dúlta, actually, if you're online, maybe you can let us know. 15. Even if you are allowed, okay, you're hesitant. You're hesitant about allowing him to do this because you're not sure how it's going to impact on him long term physically, and how the tattoo might turn out because he is growing. Now, that's minor enough, but you're hesitant. So, what are the real reasons that you're hesitant? Is it just that you're afraid that he's going to get something tattooed that he's going to regret in 3 years' time? Lots of people do it. Lots of people get cover-ups. That's okay too. But has he got the emotional maturity to understand what he wants and pick what he wants? Now, maybe he does, and maybe this is the best thing ever, but for him, he's living in the moment and he wants to get a tattoo. But if you're not sure, well then, say no. He's going to have a whole lot of time where you will not be telling him what to do. When he hits 18, he's going to be doing what he wants anyway. So maybe hold off for 3 years if you're not sure, because you don't want him to regret it. And the reality is, one, the financials of it, don't go cheap on a tattoo. Because if you go cheap on a tattoo, you're going to regret it 100%. So that's the first thing. So you're going to have to pay for it, and you're going to want him to get the best art available to him, even if it's a Liverpool crest, So really sit him down and talk through this with him. He's going to want to do it because he might have friends who are getting them, and it's the thing. And sure, look, everyone has tattoos nowadays, but really sit down with him and really clarify what it is that he wants, how much that will cost. So maybe go into a tattoo artist and find out how much the cost would be to get that tattoo, and then let him save up for it. And he might come back to you and say, I know someone who's cheaper. I know someone who's, who'll do it out of their bedroom. You don't want to be going down that road. So even just the hygiene side of things, walk him through this process and get it to a point where he is 18, and then he can go and do what he wants. Or maybe 17, you might decide, yeah, okay, I don't mind if it's okay legally. So we would never encourage you to do anything illegal. So see how that goes. But sit down, talk to him about it, talk about your concerns, and see how it goes. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. Okay. Next one for today. My 10-year-old son is addicted to Lego. I bet there's a lot of you out there who's going to say, yeah, that's mine too. While I don't mind this too much, as he gets so much joy from it, he's starting to not want to go out and play with his friends, and he just wants to do his Lego all the time. Even homework is becoming an issue, as all he thinks about is Lego. How can I help him to see that he needs to get balance? We all want to encourage our kids to have positive pastimes, and maybe your son will become a Lego master builder when he's older. That'd be fantastic, if he still loves it at that stage. But I suppose one thing to kind of think about is, and you mention it at the very end, is the balance. And it's important that we do provide our children with the opportunity to get as much balance as they can get in terms of their friends, in terms of their activities, in terms of what they might want to do with their lives. So I would absolutely sit down and say, you can 100% do your Lego, no problem at all. There's a lot of parents out there might say, it's only Lego, but if we were to change that and say it's a console where he's playing a game that all his friends are playing, so many people will be up in arms going, that's disgrace. You can't let your child just play, a game. And for some reason, because it's Lego, they'll kind of go, it's not that bad because it's a positive pastime. But it's about balance. We all need balance, because if we're so intense and so kind of focused on one thing, especially from a young age, we miss out on so much, because there's so many things that we might never know that we might actually enjoy. It's interesting, my own daughter has gone to secondary school, and there's lots of options that they can get to try and get tasters of, and there was 2 or 3 subjects that she would at the very start say, I have no interest in that whatsoever. She's gone in, she's done it, and she's loving them. So all of a sudden, it's the exposure to them in a kind of a relaxed way where you can start to go, actually, I'm really interested in that. Now, maybe if you're worried about friendships, is there a Lego club? There's so many groups around the country or in the world that have Lego clubs, so that your child is getting that social interaction with other people with similar interests, which is really important, because sometimes we can want our children to go and play with the kids who are out the front. And as they get older, they start to get interested in different things, and it can be very isolating for a child who might be sitting there going, I have literally nothing in common with these people. All they want to do is kick a ball around, and that's the furthest thing from what I want to do. So it's not just about the people that live in your street. It could be that there are people who are interested in Lego, and all of a sudden he's got this whole new group of friends that are open to him. So explore if there's something like that in your local area that might be of interest to him. Things like homework are really important as well. So essentially what we want is that we want our kids to have that balance. So look around, and then when it comes to things like homework, when it comes to things like getting out with his friends, what's going to be important is that you set boundaries. So you set times that are going to be flexible for him. So he has to get his homework done before he can play his Lego. He has to go out and spend half an hour outside with his friends before he gets his Lego. Whatever it might be, but look at what those boundaries might be and see how you get on with them. So guys, that's it for today. There's a few points that I do need to kind of bring up with you. Firstly, the latest parenting courses that we have available. We have 2 parenting courses coming up in Dublin on November the 10th. One is a general parenting program for children of all ages. So parents, if you've got any kids and you do want to come and get some practical support and practical tips, then you can sign up on our website, helpmetoparent.ie, the number 2. So you can sign up there, and we also have a parenting after separation and divorce course on the same day. So that's one where we are looking at how you can manage the separation, again through practical techniques. All our programs are very practical in how they come about and how we deliver them. So you can take all the information home that day, and you can actually just get into it from the start. Okay, next thing is there is no live Facebook Live next week. I'm going to be trick-or-treating, so you guys can take the week off. I'm going to take the week off, and we're all going to come back refreshed the following week. And last but not least, I will be joining Jerry Kelly on LMFM tomorrow. You can listen online, you can listen live at 2:30 Irish time, and I'll be answering Jerry's listeners' questions. So, guys, thanks a million for tuning in. Apologies for the break in the feed, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Enjoy your Halloween and stay safe. All right, take care.